Did you guys miss the Moonraker? Did you? I've been gone for a little bit. It feels like I've been on a little vacation, but I know that when I'm gone...
Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes, the dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
This is Sparta! Fatality.
It actually feels like I took a bit of a break. I was away for a while, and now I'm back. I'm back to haunt you guys and talk about this UFO, ufology, space, and everything else in between nonsense. That's what I'm back for. Now, you may or may not know it because you're not in the Discord chat, so you have no clue whatsoever that your boy the Moonraker was on another podcast this past Friday. And so the No Big Deal podcast with host Josh. I was on there. We talked about UFOs, and it came at a good time, right? Because we have all this nonsense regarding the Pentagon releasing quote unquote classified video. How the fuck can it be classified? It's been out for like 2 years now, plus, and putting their stamp of approval and saying that it's real. No, we don't need it. Nobody needed your stamp of approval. Get your ass up out of here. You've lost your damn mind. If you didn't realize it, this is UFO Buster Radio. I am Manny Moonraker, and this is where we talk about UFO news, space, and like I said, everything in between. We got a busy week for UFO Buster Radio. Actually, this Thursday for the Freakout, we have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that we do have a guest or two. Actually, not just one. Well, I hope there's two. It'll be kind of sad if only one of them shows up. The hosts of Alt Pop Repeat will be here. Marie and Chrissy are going to be here to talk about some shite. Some crazy shite. If you don't remember talking about it, when I talked about it like a few weeks ago, I kind of called them out because I didn't feel like responding to an email they sent saying that, hey, what's up? We want to be on the show. We want to talk about our new podcast. And our first guest was Jeremy Corbell. Oh, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say that I said nice things because I didn't. I really didn't. But there was months of frustration of people sending me the same damn email and never really knowing who the hell they're contacting. But it's me in the flesh. On top of that, what many people are waiting for, which I'm pretty sad, we had like a whole bunch of shit go down in the Moonraker household and on Saturday. So again, the Dark Horde podcast did not happen. I almost feel like I just need to pony up and maybe do the episode tomorrow. I got all the stuff for it. I did my research. I wrote it down. I got it going. And it would be a good build-up for the guest on Saturday for the Dark Horde. And that will be the one and only Chris Garcia, who is going to be here May 9th And I know, May 9th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Chris is a talented psychic. Yeah, talented. And I've been watching him, Chris. I've been watching you. You know. You already know this, right? You predicted that, I hope. So I've been watching his videos and stuff. You know, he'll send me when his show is on, and I'll look at it and give some commentary, if you will. But that's what I do. So he'll be on here. He is local from San Antonio, so it should be a lot of fun. Should be something else. Now, Chris is used to having a format where people call in and they're like, can you tell me about my love life? I don't think I'm going to do that. But if you're live with me that day on Spreaker.com and you're in the live chat, you may ask some questions. I can't promise that we'll get to them. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if we're going to do that. But if you're in the live chat, I'm going to try to maybe sneak some questions in there. I did promise Chris that I wasn't going to have people call in because, you know, people get real, I don't know, they get too into their feelings, I guess, you know. And I did hear a couple where Chris was pretty much, how can I say, blunt about what their future holds. So I'm hoping that happens here. That's my kind of a psychic, right? Don't fuck around and give me the bullshit and nice stuff just to try to get some more money out of me. Just tell me how it is. You know, cut to the chase. Stop fucking around with me. That's coming up this Saturday. You got to be there. I hear Bugs already snoring in the background. So we'll have plenty of sound effects, ambiance, if you will, from the dog. He's just crazy. He's fucking bananas. In the live chat right now, let me acknowledge the folks who are here. We got Pucky, Green Man, Dre, and let's see who else. Anybody else show up? Anybody? Bueller? No, nobody else showed up. They usually come in towards the end because they get, I'm one of those podcasters that doesn't show up at the same goddamn time every time, except for maybe on Thursdays. That is 10 p.m. Except for this Thursday. Yeah, the ladies requested that we do it a little earlier, so I'll be there earlier. I'll let you know on Wednesday exactly what time, because I forgot. It actually, no fucks given. I actually forgot to let them know how to contact the podcast for the interview. That's how crazy it was this weekend. Do you guys think I'm lying? I mean, it was, as they like to say in France, balls to les walls. It really was. So we got 3 articles to talk about. And I apologize for those of you who are sick and tired of the damn tic-tac, gimbal, go fast, and FLIR, all that nonsense, and the Pentagon talk. But here's the deal. This is the way it's going to roll. We got to talk about something that came up when I was on the podcast doing the interview. By the way, if you want to listen to it, look at the description. It is in there. The very first link. Check it out. It gets a little crazy. And I realize that as soon as I'm behind the mic, I become Moonraker. I can't help myself. Any other situation, I'm like Clark Kent. But you put me in front of a mic and shit's going to go down. And unfortunately, it did. But it's up to you. Listener discretion is advised. Where was I going? Yeah, so while I was on the podcast, we talked about this whole Pentagon thing and UFOs. We talked about Bob Lazar. We talked about all this other stuff. And, Josh is a real inquisitive type of guy, right? He wants to know about this. And he had something that kind of gave him that inkling. He's kind of like Deuce Bigelow, the space gigolo, in a way, right? Old Deuce had a situation with his grandparents, and all of a sudden he's dicking the world just to get UFO information. Now, Josh himself is not doing that, but, no fucks given. He's going along that path. So he might have taken a wrong turn somewhere and didn't end up like Deuce Bigelow, the space gigolo. But either way, he's a very nice guy, very good host. Check out the podcast. So we're about to get started because I think I rambled enough. That's what happens when you take a few days off. You just got so much shit to say and it's meaningless. Check this out.
I've been wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. And if I find a way to get it, when I do it, I can live it and forget it. Cause I hate how much I love you, or I hate how you just put me in my feelings. I just wish you understood the gravity, but you got low sinners. I guess it's better just to live it and forget it than to live it and remember. I've been wasting my time. I don't know why I can't get you out my mind. Yeah, now I'm so lost, where do I go? I was in the chase, caught a flat on road. It was all love, X no O. I was feeling rich, but we turned out broke. North Pole, life so cold. Lukewarm love, should've took it to the stove. You were bad news, all kind, no pro. We grew apart fast. I guess we was reaping what we sowed in. I guess we was unequally yoked in. Guess if we was putting on the shoulder, guess we should've tried to take it slow then. Guess I let my feelings take control. Guess I let my demon take the wheel. Used to think that we be growing old. Now I can't believe that it was real. It was back in late December when I did it. I just wish I could forget it. Cause I hate how much I love it, oh I hate how I just love to catch a feeling. And you told me that you understood depravity, but now I know you didn't. I guess it's better just to live it and forget it than to live it and remember. Cause if I find a way to get it, when I do it, I can live it and forget it. Cause I hate how much I love you, oh I hate how you just put me in my feelings. I just wish you understood the gravity, but you got lost sinners. I guess it's better just to live it.
Yeah, the one thing that Josh said was like, "Hey, Manny, you've got a real professional attitude on your podcast." No, I'm like the least professional person I know. Like, I got no professionalism whatsoever. But by the way, if you have a podcast and you're listening to me, I would love to go on there and turn that bitch upside down, because that's what I do. That's the way I roll from now on. I figure that I might as well do it until the podcast finally catches on. Like some of you that are listening right now, I consider you like the lost souls. Like, you've been shunned by podcasts that are filled with professionals. You know, the guys that care about the craft and shit like that. And you ended up with me, the downtrodden. But listen, I take anyone. I'm good. It's all right. You continue to listen. I continue to play my craziness right into your ear and poison you as much as I can. The first story, many of you have seen it already. I am late to the game on this one, I guarantee you. However, Japan decides they're going to set up a UFO encounter protocol after U.S. releases unexplained aerial phenomena footage. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? I mean, let's be honest with each other here just for a moment. Because unless you were just maybe born in the last 2 decades, let's say you're a 20-something. Or even, listen, I've had people hit me up in their teens because I've been spitting that knowledge in their ear. But let's say that you are, I don't know, 40-ish, 50-ish, 60-ish, as old as you want to be. I don't give a damn. I'm just giving you an example, right? And so you're up there in year. So you know that, well, especially living in New York, I know this from the New York stations, that on the weekends, it was either Kung Fu flicks or Godzilla. After the freaking Saturday morning cartoons were done, those were your 2 options most of the time. Yeah, like Monster Cinema or some shit like that, right? And we know, growing up back then, wherever you were, because I'm sure it wasn't just in New York, you know that Godzilla was always being fucked over by, aliens. Yeah, they were Japanese aliens. Now, I don't understand why the aliens were Japanese anyway, but listen, there is no way that Japan can claim that this is a big surprise for them. Because if you look at all their anime, you look at all the fucking Godzilla movies, you know. They know aliens are a threat. Because they were fucking shit over. They were controlling King Kong at one time. You guys know that. You were there. You saw it. You were sitting around in your pajamas, sucking your thumb, holding on to your boys, while King Kong was taken over by the aliens. So this is not something new. So for them to even put this out is just fucking ridiculous, right? It makes no sense. So right after the Department of Defense decided to release their stuff all over the internet, like we gave two fucks about it because this is old news, hashtag fake news. The Japanese government decided to consider procedures. They were going to write some shit down somewhere officially. They were going to put it down, right? And they were going to say, we're going to respond to this. We're going to find out if we can get our people, our self-defense forces, their pilots, to actually do a couple of things, right? They decided to respond to UFOs, right? Like they haven't. Come on, guys. Come a little closer to the mic. Come to the speaker, really. I do the mic, you do the speaker. Get a little closer. You guys fucking know that down there, on that little island, you guys are always scrambling for UFOs. If it's not UFOs, it's Gojira. You guys know that shit. Stop fucking around. Anyway, so basically what they want to do is they're going to put together rules, sets of rules, probably rules of engagement for their pilots when they come across things like these. Yeah, UAPs, UFOs, right? Because they've got jets. They even got, apparently, according to this article, F-15s. Now, they don't have F-18 Super Hornets, so sucks for you guys. But I'm sure that the Self-Defense Forces, SDF, they probably got some high-tech shit out there. Let me tell you. You can't keep these Gojira types away without having some good weaponry. That's for sure. So the Japanese Defense Minister Taro from FDF says, this is where the BS meter goes up, folks. Come on. I'm telling you. Let me just read this. He says pilots have never encountered UFOs. Shut the front door. Put your head in the doorway, because I'm just going to hit that shit over and over and over again. You guys who have been following ufology, UFO stories, you guys know that there was an incident way back in the past regarding a Japanese airline, and I think that was flying over Alaska. So are those not pilots for Japan? Were those imported from Hong Kong? Come on! Stop your line. Maybe this guy is wet behind the ears. He's probably a little green. This might be new to him. He probably has no idea. It was funny, right? What if he doesn't watch his own Godzilla movies from his own country? Wouldn't that be fucked up? I would fire him right on the spot. Anyway, he says basically the ministry had decided to set protocols with the aim to cover the possibility. Really? So you basically put your pilots out there because they know everything. They're so learned, and they know everything about every fucking jet, every fucking unknown phenomena out there. They're like superhuman. Like they're all basically Ultramen inside of jets. Another Saturday morning goodie, Ultraman. Yeah. So no, I don't. This is just I don't know. As people say, it's hashtag fake news. That's what this is. You guys can't tell me that Japan never had any jets that get scrambled over unidentified flying objects. It makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, where else would they get the fucking idea? You think these people just sit around just watching American movies, looking for ET stories? No, it's in their own fucking movies. They know this is something that happens. Are you kidding me? I can't even do this anymore. This is freaking nuts. Completely nuts. This is what we deal with, unfortunately. I want to say, hey, what's up to Mr. Num Nums, who is currently also on the live chat. Like I said, once that little notification goes out, which you if you sign up with Spreaker.com to listen to the podcast, you will get notified. I guarantee you. And the best thing is that it's live. My unprofessionalism will be live and not Memorex. Though the other way, you can play the shit over and over again if you really feel like it. Yeah, Japan, whatever. The link for this one is in the description. I'd rather they have said that they were going to come up with protocols for taking down Godzilla and his cronies than give us that bullshit lie, for sure.
Time can never be your trusted friend or your sworn ally. No, it's the harshest mistress of all. And life is just a chain of moments spent, 1,000 hellos and goodbyes. Maybe a love like ours can leave out its call. Seasons come and pass, one after the last, and along we go. The shift and pull of the tides never sleeps. But if I had a boat and oceans to cross, then I would sail them. Since I have this promise to keep, I
Quick shout out to The Norm. By the way, that song reminds me of every other freaking James Bond song I've ever heard. That's why I play it. Because, I wouldn't be called the Moonraker for nothing. I love James Bonds. By the way, The Norm made it to the chat. Welcome on to The Norm. He sent me some crazy unidentified flying object videos out of, I'm not even going to say where he's from. I'm not going to go there. He could say that in a live chat if he wants to. And by the way, Mrs. Holly has got some margaritas. Gosh, we need to get her in the live chat and let her type away while she's drinking the margaritas. Because I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm drinking, what is this thing? Fucking raspberry and lemonade. I feel so sick to my stomach. This is crazy. Why they give me this real stuff? All right, listen up. This one is only for those who really give two fucks about soccer. I'm being honest. That's what it's about. But again, it falls back to the idea that people slowly are listening. And this is something that I talked to Josh about on that podcast interview. And let me just tell you what this is. So for those of you who follow, especially if you're up north in like Toronto, this name might be familiar to you. It's not to me because I don't follow soccer. There's something out there, this person proclaims. Altador wonders if aliens exist after government publishes UFO videos. Finally, somebody was awake and saw this the second time around. Like somebody was actually he's got nothing better to do. Why not look? Oh, wait a minute, before I say that. Let me just say this, that there was an article which I did not want to cover because there was not much to it, but Demi Lovato, for those of you who are somewhat hip, like 5-10 years ago, Demi Lovato apparently during the pandemics has been actually studying aliens and saying that if mankind and ladykind, because it is Demi, if we were to finally connect with ET, and she's not talking about probings, she's talking about like mano a mano, she says we would reach a higher level of consciousness. Take that. Anyway, Altador says he was sitting around, in his underwear and stuff like that, scratching his whats, and he came across a story about mysterious aerial phenomena. Yeah, finally somebody in Toronto got the hint. If you don't know, Altador is the striker from the Toronto FC. I've only seen soccer like twice in my entire life. I don't even see it on TV. I'll change the channel real fucking fast. You have no idea. Apparently, what's happening is that he's decided to go out and start tweeting about it, putting it out there that he thinks something's going on. Here's a quote from something that he said. That's crazy. I would hope people would react that way. Because if you said it was normal, I'd question that. I don't think people are paying close attention. No shit, out the door. Are you serious? I feel like I'm saying out the door instead of out the door. Yeah, no shit, out the door. Yeah, nobody's paying attention. Yeah, are you for reals right now? The U.S. government has just dropped this news on us, and no one has noticed. No fucks are given by anyone. No one gives any fucks about aliens, UFOs, ETs, F-18 Super Hornets getting outmaneuvered like they were toys. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody cares. It's like I don't understand. Why would you not? Like if Godzilla came to our shore, we'd send an F-18 Super Hornet. Now, wouldn't you want that F-18 Super Hornet to be able to defeat Godzilla? I bet you would. But apparently, flying Tic Tacs are a problem. Anyway, so he says that shows how crazy times are. They just indicated that they see UFOs flying around. Well, that's been going on for decades, brother. And because of the coronavirus, nobody is interested. So I had to tweet that just so people would see it. Well, he's like the messenger now. He's the chosen one for UFOs. Yeah. So Altador is the one that's really out the door and trying to spread the word like the virus. Here's the thing that we talked about on the other podcast. By the way, I'm driving you to this so you can go into the description, go to that podcast, listen to that interview. I think I did an okay job. The guys, they say I did okay. I don't know. I'm just so out of control sometimes. But here's my thought. So they released these videos the first time around, thanks to Tom DeLonge and To the Stars Academy. And initially when To the Stars came out, people were like, God, that guy, oh, shit. He fucking gave up music. What is he doing? Nobody cares about him. And then John Podesta fucked up and put in the password for password. He actually did that. Dumbass. And so then, all of a sudden, it's out, it's out in the open. Tom DeLonge is reaching out to Podesta. They're trying to get connections with other UFO people, people in the government, people in the military, all these people. They're trying to get them, to sit down and talk about this. Great. Then they released the videos. Bing, bam, boom. The 3 videos are out. A month or 2 later, then comes the Navy and says, hey, yeah, those were our videos. And what? They took them. They took them, and we can't do shit about it. They just took them because we gave it to him. So he took them. But he said they were for training. But he lied. They're talking about Elizondo. He joins To the Stars Academy. They get the videos. Navy says yes. Now, all of a sudden, they rewind and say, well, fuck. Nobody really gave a fuck the first time around. Maybe it's because we went through a Blink-182 former dude. Maybe we need to just wait till everyone's stuck at home, right? Sitting around doing nothing, scratching their Bollinis. And maybe we just then go and then we'll release it because they have no choice but to watch it. Then they'll be scared shitless. We've got UFOs in the air. And, and then we'll let them know that Stephen Greer was telling them the truth the entire time. No one gave 2 fucks either. Like, people are out, literally, they're out protesting because they give no fucks about this virus that's killing everyone. And they'd rather be doing that than paying attention to these videos from the Pentagon. You can't write this stuff. This is real life. This is the craziness that it is. You would at least think you by now would have some kind of an interest. Haven't you watched enough movies to have some kind of an interest when something tells you they put up a little thing, right? Like a little presentation on the news, and it says this fucking thing that was shaped like a minty Tic Tac outflew this $25 million jet by almost 20 times the speed that it can go. This thing went into low space orbit all the way down to sea level in 0.8 seconds. For us, that would be a bad hair day. It really would. Like for people that are watching and have been studying UFOs and shit like that, that's like it's an aha moment, right? But apparently no one gives a fuck about stuff like that. It's just crazy. And listen, I'm not saying it's aliens. My hair just stood up on end like old doofus. I'm not saying it's aliens. But it's definitely something that it's not using the technology that you and I see every fucking day. That is guaranteed, hands down. So what the hell is going on? Because you don't use this technology. If it's man-made, you don't use it on our planet to get people to and from. So where the fuck are you using it at? That's the other question. So yeah, what if it is man-made? What if the military and the government put it together? They're not using it here. Where are they going with it? Doesn't always have to be aliens on Earth. It could be aliens somewhere else. Ask Corey Good. The rest of that, I'm sure Altador, if he's listening, he's passing out somewhere. Probably in a drunken stupor anyway, because he's not playing soccer. But anyway, the link is in the description. You can check out what he said exactly. You can even link into his Twitter's account and see what's going down. One more story to go. Hopefully no one's fallen asleep yet, but I haven't checked the live chat. Yeah, we'll see.
I went by your house, what a big mistake. But for a while I thought that I wouldn't break. I need something else to clear my head. Someone to tell me how to live instead. compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Without any thought, I keep moving on. I don't even care if my soul is gone. So many words that I should have said. Not concerned about how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Nothing in life is good. Tired and misunderstood. I would fight if I could. If I believed I should. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to say. Take control of your own life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life.
By the way, let's talk about an oldie but goodie. But I actually was talking to Big O today, and he started reminiscing because he's up there in North Dakota in the middle of fucking nowhere, and he's flying drones around, looking at nothing. So we were talking about that, and I invited him to join the Discord chat. These guys that you hear about while I'm speaking my gibberish are part of the group fan Discord chat that you can get into and chat all fucking day. Actually, there's a few people that I haven't seen lately in there. I have to send out an SOS to find out where the hell they're at. This last story is for just shits and giggles. I just found it amusing, so I said, let me share it with everybody else. How ridiculous this is. The UAE is going to Mars. Did they skip half of their science classes over the few last years? Did they completely ignore the fact that maybe you should take baby steps? Maybe you should just crawl a little, not just jump into the fire like this. They're going to Mars because they plan to send up what they call is a Hope Orbiter. Fantastic. I mean, wonderful. Fantastic. Great. I love it. I would rather they send me all those fucking Ferraris that they have as cop cars as a gift for having to do this story. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, the UAE is rich as fuck. Let me tell you, they've got some shit, some fucking money over there. And by the way, my listeners in the UAE, don't get offended by this, but you should go to your local government and say, hey, let's take a step back. Let's look at what some of the other countries, India, have been doing when they attempt to land on Mars or fucking anywhere else, like the moon too. My thing is, isn't there a concern that we are going to continue to crash fucking satellites and shit like that on these other planets and fuck them all over before we even get there. So if there was any bit of life there, yeah, we've nuked it already. So who cares? So United Arab Emirates is going to get down and send something to Mars. And why? Because fuck, everybody else is doing it. According to Omran Sharaf, going to Mars was not the main objective. No shit. So where the fuck you going then? Are you taking a left turn? Go to Jupiter? He says basically what they're trying to do is that they have a bigger goal. There's a big plan here. And that is to expedite development in our educational sector and academic sector. For what? How does that work? I don't understand. He goes on to say only 50% of those missions to Mars succeeded. No shit. That's what I'm talking about. Stop littering these damn planets and the moon. And that actually came from Sarah Al-Mariri. Yeah, I didn't read that right. Well, what can you do? And apparently, this person is the UAE's Minister of State for Advanced Sciences, and they said that to Space.com. It provides the mindset that the UAE needed to have in youth who are going to be vital part of the UAE's post-oil economy. Yeah, it's about expanding their horizons and putting them in challenges at a time when the UAE is relatively comfortable as a nation. All fine and fucking dandy, but how do you go from peddling oil to shooting people up into Mars? Well, not even people. They're not starting there yet. They got this hope thing, and the hope thing, and it just gets my goat that they continue to do stuff like this for no fucking reason. If you got money, I can tell UAE, you're rich as fuck. I see it. Probably the only place where the cops walk around in Gucci. I understand. But that doesn't mean that you get to put a rocket together and blast off. That just, I don't get it. According to Al-Mariri, he says that we're not there just to declare arrival on Mars. Thank goodness for that. It doesn't really make sense to call it planetary exploration and just make it about technology demonstration and about arrival. He's saying they want to educate the youth. They want to get the UAE ready for tomorrow. You know, I don't understand why they just don't piggyback off of everybody else's fucking technology and, you know, take some time to perfect that shit, y'all. You guys are gonna really do some damage somewhere. I feel it. I feel it in my innards that this is bad news, and these countries are going to continue to litter all these planets. I mean, these things fucking rockets don't go up made out of gas, you know, octane. It's not fossil fuel. They've got some serious shit on there, and they're dumping this on other planets. There I go. It's like I'm starting my own movement now. I'm a hippie. I'm a freaking planet hippie now. Anyway, so basically the Hope, here's a part that's going to get you. The Hope orbiter is going to be up there to sniff. It's sniffing the many layers of the atmosphere. Because, in case you haven't heard this, in case you guys have no clue about what's been happening on Mars over the last few billion years, apparently it's been losing some of the atmosphere. Wow. That just happened. The UAE just discovered that. The most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Why the fuck would the UAE not go over to Europe or go over to the US and say, hey, can you give me some of your data that you've been mining from the damn place for fucking decades? No. We're going to send our Dolce & Gabbana orbiter up there with the Ferrari engine and the blinking lights to go sniff around and let us know what's really happening, because we don't believe you Westerners. You know what the fuck you're talking about. We're going to get up there and do it. Again, my UAE listeners, don't take offense to that. It's all good. I love you all equally, but sometimes these governments do some stupid shit. I mean, really. Ask for the data. I'm sure they'll give it to you. Stop fucking around the way you are. That's just freaking ridiculous. Yeah. So I'm looking at the live chat right now. Star links, not sausage links. Whoa, what's that about? The norm just took a left turn somewhere. I'm going to go and scroll past that because I don't want anyone that might be at Zumba class getting the wrong idea about the Moonraker. You know what I'm saying? That's right. This is the last one for the episode. I'm glad you guys actually showed up. And Isaac Dre says we're talking about COVID to Mars. Actually, it's really funny. Let me just mention this before I get the hell off of this thing. A lot of the articles right now that have to do with space and anyone building any vehicles and things like that all end with the precautions that they're taking to ensure that COVID-19, the pandemic, doesn't happen anywhere else. Could you imagine if the pandemic made it over to the moon? Well, that'd be fucked up, right? What if it goes to Mars? That means Corey Good and all his friends all be dead. Anyone in the secret space programs would be fucked. Basically. But they're taking precautions to make sure none of these vehicles carry the pandemic with them. Could you imagine TP Gate on the moon? Like, you can't fucking go from one place to another looking for TP. Whatever you got, you got. And if you get TP Gate on the moon, that's horrific. That is enough to jump ship, get the fuck off the moon, and never go back. But here's the deal. They're taking precautions to make sure this that doesn't get spread off planet, off world. And you know, the other thing that's funny too is that people just don't realize the dangers of this damn pandemic. It's just out of control. So much so that they are literally ensuring that no equipment takes it off the planet. Well, great. Now we're stuck with it forever. But it is craziness. And the truth is that the pandemic is nothing to fuck with. And there was a report today. 2 more fucking years of this. They actually think it's going to last 2 more years. I can't do that. I can't. There's only so much vodka I can drink. I'm becoming the poster child for vodka. And honestly, I don't have any today because it's still downstairs. And I actually sweat more. Like, I'm here sweating. I'm drinking some raspberry drink. It has no vodka in it, and I'm sweating. Usually when I got the vodka, it's no fucks given. I am cool as chill as shit. Totally. But anyway, I thank you guys for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you join the Discord chat. Check out my interview with Josh. Some people tell me it's funny as shit, but I'm ready to go on to take this damn party on the road for sure. With that said, until next time, and keep an eye out for the Dark Horde, by the way, because I think it's going to be exciting. And I think I am going to do it tomorrow. But for the record, I'll be back.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the balling age. I'm flipping the bars and flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive. And I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing. So I work the winners and they play with deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting their bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper, cash, buck attacks. That's a joke. Tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, buck out the bag. Brody plot, will get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, yeah. For the For the record.